Welcome to TV Trivia on M6, your hometown station. Today we will test your knowledge about the family comedy Mr. Ed. Mr. Ed ran for 6 seasons from 1958 to 1966, first on syndication until 1961, then on CBS from 1961 to 1966. Mr. Ed is about a horse named Mr. Ed, but Mr. Ed can talk. He will only talk to his owner, Wilbur Post. Mr. Ed can get out of his barn and gets into all kinds of trouble that Wilbur gets blamed for. Wilbur spends so much time with Mr. Ed that his wife Carol thinks Wilbur loves Mr. Ed more than her. Alan Lane is the voice of Mr. Ed, and Alan Young stars as Wilbur Post. Also, Connie Hines plays Wilbur's wife, Carol Post. Mr. Ed aired from 1958 to 1966, and the TV show won a Golden Globe Award in 1963, along with 3 other TV Land awards. Now let's see how well you know Mr. Ed trivia. What type of horse was Mr. Ed? Come on, this is an easy one. A Palomino. What was the sister show to Mr. Ed? It's a little tougher. The Patty Duke Show. How did they make Mr. Ed talk? This is the toughest one yet. His trainer tapped his hoof. Are you a Mr. Ed expert? Well, be sure to join us again on TV Trivia. I'm your host, Jake Mino, for M6, your hometown station.
Welcome to Newsflash on M6 for April 16, 2012. Our top story is the Marysville Public Bike Path will be soon under construction this summer for about a month. Blue Water Gas and Storage will replace a gas pipeline underneath the St. Clair River that's 1,500 feet long. After the project is completed, the Blue Water Gas Storage plans to rebuild the bike path that was blocked off and be more appealing to the public. There has been an increase in the percent of St. Clair County High Schools graduates who enrolled into college the following fall by 14% from 2008 to 2011. St. Clair County RESA has begun its own foundation called Know How to Go program that's a free foundation that teaches students and parents to learn more about applying for college and financial aid. And for more for school, next fall, when school year rolls back around, the Marysville elementary schools will have to readjust for the increase of students. There has been an overcrowding in the elementary schools, so some teachers will be transferred to other elementary schools. This will balance sizes of the classrooms, so there would be more room. Finally, economists say we are reaching the end of a recession. As the economy jumps back up, back in 2008 to 2009, there were 3,963 jobs lost. But the Bureau of Labor and Statistics show that from 2009 to 2011, 12,800 jobs were lost in the Warren, Troy, Farmington Hills metro region. In the last year alone, due to the expansion of businesses, there were 500 jobs gained by the growth of manufacturing. And that's all we have for today on Newsflash. Hi, and welcome to Sports Spotlight. I'm Aaron Armstead, along with Ryan St. Cour, the captain of the Marysville High School boys track team. How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Good. I'm good. How long have you been in track?
I've been doing track all 4 years. It started in middle school, and then it's continued on to high school.
What events do you run?
I run the mile and 2 mile.
That's distance, all right. Yeah, who is your inspiration then for doing it?
Coach Rogers. He's gotten me to do it all 4 years. He got me to do cross, so I guess he's probably my greatest inspiration for distance.
Is he very motivational to you?
People who know him, he's pretty inspirational, yeah. A little bit monotone, but you get to know him, and he's a nice guy.
Yeah. What is your favorite part of being in track?
The greatest part of track is it's pretty casual. I mean, everyone's pretty focused on what they have to do, but there's no like harsh rivalries. Everyone's pretty nice to each other, and you can talk on the line before you run. It's a good time.
Yeah, not do or die as in like football. Or
No,
like
there's no fights. I've never seen a fight break out over track.
No, that'd be a bit silly. Yeah, and even though we don't really see a whole lot of professional track athletes, at least on TV, would you have a favorite athlete?
The legendary Frank Prefontaine from Oregon. He's probably the most well-known American runner. He passed away in a car crash, so he's not super well-known, but he did go to the Olympics. He's probably my inspiration.
And from a good track program, too.
Yes, very good.
Yeah, and as you already said, your coach was Coach Rogers. And what is his coaching style?
He cracks down hard if you do anything wrong, but he's pretty confident that everyone's going to do what they're told.
Yeah, that's what most coaches will hopefully expect.
Yes.
It doesn't always happen. How is a typical practice organized then?
Well, every practice is broken up. There's the sprinters, they go off and they work with usually Coach Simpson. The throwers go off with Coach Rogers, and the distance guys, like myself, we just kind of run around Marysville.
And how you're a captain for Vischer's team, is Vischer's team like a very young group or like made up of mostly upper class?
There's a lot of young guys on the team. Problem with track is that a lot of people, it's their senior year, they don't really want to do a sport, so they'll go get a job, they got to get ready for college. So you have a lot of young kids. There's a lot of new seniors this year, but they're not returners.
Yeah, it could be a gift or a curse then.
Yeah, but it's always good to have mature people on the team.
What are the major strengths then of the team?
Throwing and field events are probably our greatest strengths right now. Distance team is pretty good, and just because of our MAC, sprinting is really competitive.
Does the team have any major goals for this season?
Definitely to win our MAC and compete well in regionals. I mean, everyone's goal is to go to states, but it's too early to know if that's going to happen or not.
Do you have any individual goals then for yourself?
There's a lot of. I hope to get my personal best this year. I want to get down to 11-minute 2-mile and break 5 for the mile, and that's my goals.
Very easy goals to reach too. Yeah, don't try anything too hard, like a 3-minute. Yeah, and how also for a team and how it's mixed with young and some old, but new old, there has to be some team chemistry that it's important. Do you guys have like a good amount of a team like go in certain places after practice? Or anything like that?
Once a week we have a team dinner, but really just because of everything's separated, and like there's the sprinters, the distance guys, we're kind of to each little group. We're all kind of separated, I guess. I mean, we're one team, but...
Yeah, do you stay in the little groups, like hang out with each other, stuff like that?
Yeah, the team dinner for us is mostly just distance guys.
Yeah, you would need it then.
Yeah.
It'd be like spaghetti, stuff like that.
Yeah, carb loading's important.
Yeah. Do you have any rivals then, since even though it's very friendly, but...
Yeah, St. Clair is definitely a rival.
Of course.
Marine City, of course. Just the normal ones for Marysville.
Yeah, like no like far-fetched one from the other side of the state or anything?
No, Lamphere we're definitely competitive with, and Lakeshore definitely, but it's nothing to go crazy about.
And then once the season has passed for you, how would you think that this would be different from previous years besides it being your final year?
This year we're definitely a lot better than we were last year. We have a lot more people out, and we should do much better than we did last year.
That's good. Yeah, I guess that's all we have for today on Sports Spotlight.
Over the years, there have been regular Army and draftees. This duty is not for everyone. Over 80% of the soldiers who try out do not make it. Every soldier must have strong military bearing, discipline, stamina, and present an outstanding soldierly appearance. Each sentinel must be able to flawlessly perform 7 different types of walks and honors and ceremonies. Amounts of knowledge concerning the tomb, Arlington National Cemetery, the United States Army, and their unit.
Hello and welcome to Tech Today on M6. I'm Carly Donahue. Apple recently released the new iPad 3. The new features include 4G LTE speed, better graphics, and iSight camera and HD video recording. It will go for a starting price of $499. Also, Apple has continuing booming sales on the iPhone 4S, which is still at the starting price $199. Now on to more Apple news. The already worldwide popular app, Angry Birds, has released a new version. Angry Birds Space is now available for iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch, and Android devices. The game has 60 levels with more content available. It is supposed to be more challenging and more fun than previous versions. A new program of Windows is being released soon called Windows 8. The first impressions are that it is a game changer and much more advanced than previous programs. The best thing they said was the speed and functionality. These are the things Microsoft intended, the new program. Canon's follow-up to the 5D Mark II, easily one of the most popular DSLRs cameras ever made, is finally here. The major upgrade in the Mark II is a new autofocus system. It also gets a sensor overhaul, a new image processor, an SD card slot alongside the typical CF, and an onboard external mic and headphone jack for taking video. Thanks for watching. I'm Carly Donahue on your hometown station. Hello and welcome to Sports Spotlight on M6. I'm Carly Donahue, here with Katie Durham, member of the girls' varsity soccer team. How long have you played soccer and how did you get started?
Well, I've been playing soccer since I was 2 or 3, so a pretty long time. And my mom just put me in it because I was a hyper little girl, so she had to get my energy out somehow.
What position do you play?
Mostly defense, so.
Who is your inspiration?
I'd have to say my family's my inspiration because they really pushed me to do my best.
What is your favorite part of the sport?
I like to win.
Who is your favorite athlete?
I'd have to say Mia Hamm.
Who is your coach and what is his coaching style?
Well, we have Coach Dykstra as our main coach and Coach Philp as our help. We have a few other assistant coaches, and Coach Dykstra likes to keep it fun, but she likes to have us focus a lot, and she does a lot of drills with running and conditioning.
How is a typical practice organized?
We start off sometimes in the weight room, and we'll do some workouts, and sometimes we'll start right at the stadium, and we'll run a few drills, and depending on how we're doing in the games, we'll have to do shooting or some conditioning if she thinks we need it.
In this year's team, a veteran squad or young group?
We're mostly a veteran squad. We pretty much have 3/4 of it being seniors and juniors, and then there's no freshmen, and there's a few of us sophomores.
What are the major strengths of this year's team?
We have some really good forwards up front. We have Emily Hall and Andrea Curtis, and they work great together, so we're going to be good in that section.
What are the team goals for this season?
We hope to make it to districts again and to go farther than we did last year.
Do you have any individual goals that you want to meet?
I'd like to get a lot better at defense and move around more and be able to show more of my abilities in different positions.
team chemistry is an important part. Is that something that's important to you?
Yeah, it's very important to me. I think if you're friends off the field, you'll work a lot better on the field and you'll know each other's strengths and weaknesses, so it works a lot better.
Well, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for watching Sports Spotlight on M6. I'm Carly Donahue.
Hello and welcome to TV Trivia on M6, your hometown station. Today we will test your knowledge about the sitcom The Mary Tyler Moore Show. The Mary Tyler Moore Show ran from 1970 to 1977. Mary Richards is a single woman who moves to Minneapolis after a bad romantic breakup. She takes a job as an associate producer for a TV news station. Lead characters include Lou Grant, her gruff boss, Murray Slaughter, the news writer, and Ted Baxter, a bumbling anchorman who often misspoke. The Mary Tyler Moore Show won 29 Emmys, including winning the award for Outstanding Comedy Series 3 years in a row. The show also won 3 Golden Globes. It has also been called one of the most acclaimed television programs ever produced, and changed how television views women. Now let's see how well you know The Mary Tyler Moore Show. Question number 1. Who does Ed Asner play on the show? Come on, this one's easy. The answer is Lou Grant, Mary's boss. Question 2. How old was Mary Richards when the show began? I think you can get this one. The answer is 30. Question 3. There was a food show also taped at the TV studio. Do you know the actress who played the food host? The answer is Betty White. Are you a Mary Tyler Moore expert? Well, be sure to join us again on TV Trivia. I'm Zach Cahill for M6, your hometown station.